Essential Rising, who I am here representing as the VPM. Right, Essential Rising. So I got 2 clubs, been around since 2012.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Tina. Jared.
Good morning, all. My name is Jaron Puthakari. I'm with Orland Park, Illinois Toastmasters Club number 4871. I've been in Toastmasters since March of 2021, and I started my leadership position in July of this year.
Okay, thank you so much, Jaron. Okay, Wendy McConnell.
Hi, I'm Wendy McConnell. I'm with Toastmasters of Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, and I've been with Toastmasters since December of 2019.
All right, thank you so much, Wendy. Sujata,
Hi, yeah, I'm from representing Pathfinders Toastmasters, and I joined Toastmaster in July 2021.
All right, thank you so much, Sujata. And then we have Ricky Watkins.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ricky Watkins. I'm a member of Christ Universal Temple, Club number 1. And I believe I joined around 2008.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, my name is Valerie Smith. I belong to South Luke Speak Freaks, Toastmasters Club number 7079. I've been with that club since December 1st of 2011. Been in Toastmasters for 11 years. I just can't believe how time just flies so fast. So we're just gonna get everything started. It's great to know that majority of you, this is your first time being in this role. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, let me just stop this because I do have a video at the end. Hold on for a minute. Make sure my sound is on. All right. And let me just hide this floater. Let me see. I have to see you all too. All right. So we're going to get started. I do have a question for everyone. And if you could just answer this question, what is the function of a vice president, vice president? It's supposed to say vice president of membership. If you can just shout out, take yourself off mute. What is the function of the vice president of membership?
To grow and retain membership.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And Dr. Tina, what are you going to say?
I was going to say the same thing about just being able to keep membership as well as make sure that you're on top of new members right away.
All right. And then Sujata said, attract new members and retain members. So everybody is really on the same path. Ricky, did you want to share anything?
Well, recruit new members and also have the club members help you with recruiting members.
Yes. I think that's a great thing to do because one, you do need some kind of committee. And then we have to be a committee. Just putting it out there, either in email form or you can announce it at your meetings to, bring a guest to the meeting and just keep promoting your club on your personal social media page. So this is what you're going to be learning today. This is the training agenda. So you're going to learn how, promoting your Toastmasters club. What we just talked about, recruiting guests and converting to a member. Conduct educational events and membership building programs. And then how to assist guests and complete membership applications. Just to let you know that you all will be receiving this PowerPoint. So you'll have all this information for you. And then it's also being recorded. So the first thing I want to talk about is promoting your Toastmasters club. Now, we all have a VPPR that is part of your executive team. So it's very important that you partner with your VPPR to promote the club, because not only is your VPPR responsibility, but it's also your responsibility as well to make sure that you're posting on your LinkedIn page, or your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can find visibility for your club. When you're out in the public, you know, I kind of do this a little bit. I have what we call like a Toastmasters portfolio. I carry it with me on CTA. I point it in front of them like I'm reading something. And then I have somebody say, what is Toastmasters? And we just start having a conversation. You know, I'll probably give them my business card, or I'll write it down, you know, for them to email me, or I'll take their information. Because it's very important, if you're speaking to someone out in the public, you take their email address and you email them the information. The second piece is send emails to your guests. You know, if they attended your club meeting, it's very important, at least within 1 to 2 days after they had attended and they expressed a lot of interest in coming back, and they're going to different clubs, you definitely want to be that club that sticks out, that says, hey, we're interested in having you as a member as well. And that really sets the fire under an individual that attended your club meeting to say, hey, this club really cares about my growth. They care about me becoming a Toastmaster. Also, you know, you can place an ad online. You know, it could be a community board. Some of these community boards are free to nonprofit organizations. So it's very important to get in touch with your local newspaper, magazines, any social media, podcasts, you know, things like that, where you can put information on blog posts, someone that you probably know that will post your Toastmasters club, because there's so many mediums now, not just social media, but you have podcasts, like I mentioned, you have blog posts. And so when you got these new mediums coming up, you really want to take advantage of it too, and develop those relationships to getting that information out about your Toastmasters club. And when you meet, when you have events, club contests, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. I know we just mentioned recruit new members. So that's very important, because membership is the meat of Toastmasters. Doesn't matter how many education that you had completed, you can have 6 completed, but short 2 members. If you're short 2 members, you cannot place in any level, either distinguished, select distinguished, or president's distinguished. So you want to make sure that you're meeting your base. So if you have 20 members that you need to meet and you only got 14, you got between December and March, I believe it's 31st or 30th, to get that member base up to 20. So I really want you to understand, you know, when you're recruiting a new member, you know, what should you send your guests once they have attended one of your meetings? So at my club, what we do, we have a packet. So it's, you know, you have a welcome letter from the Toastmasters Club president. So it's welcoming that guest, you know, who we are as a club. Have the names of your current club officers. You don't have to put their contact information. It's just information so they'll know when they do attend a meeting, when they see those names, those are the club officers. There is a digital membership packet with Toastmasters International on why Toastmasters. So that's something that you can include in your packet. If you have a fee chart, it's great to share that, you know, because during the year you do prorate the actual membership. And then Toastmasters roles for your club meetings, having the definition, what is an evaluator? What is a Toastmaster? So it's really good to have your guests understand that, because one day they're going to be a member and maybe they want to sign up for a role, but they really don't know what that role is. And then you want to have additional resources such as maybe electronic brochure. They do have that on Toastmasters International website, so you'll probably want to download it. If you are meeting in person, they do give, I think 3 times a year, they send out free brochures, depending on which ones you select. They will send that in the mail where you can distribute information to your guests during your meetings. So this is exactly what the digital guest packet looks like. So you're each going to get this here presentation, but when you click here, I'm just going to do it here. I'm just going to make sure that you can see this. I'm going to do a new share. This is going straight to the actual website. So let me know if you can see this.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is why Toastmasters. So when your guests click on here, it's going to give them some information about Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? How you can find a new club? You know, what is it in for me? So they give them, you know, just some information, you know, build confidence. They probably got a couple links in here. Become a more effective speaker. So this is good information for your guests, so they can get some kind of information about what Toastmasters is. This came out in 2020 during the pandemic. So this is something that really helped clubs around the world to know how to promote their club and Toastmasters all together. So you'll get this in the PowerPoint when you do receive it. I'm gonna go back to my PowerPoint. And let me resume share. Let me see, I'm gonna do a new share here because it seems like it's stuck. All right, let me know if you can see the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right. And I can see you. Okay, great. So this is something that you really want to have in your packet. This really gives a boost of morale of who we are as Toastmasters and Toastmasters International, because it is a global organization. So the next thing here that I want to share is club events. So it's very important that you're having events. A lot of people love events, even your current members, as well as guests. You just don't know who you're going to attract. So what kind of events? Educational events are very important because as Toastmasters, we like to grow, right? And we don't want to just keep coming to meetings. We want to really go to a lot of events. This is a way where you can invite guests to come to your events. So the first thing is, think of a keynote speaker. Like we have a lot of people like Valerie Fuzon. We have Jerry Evans, Barry Mixon. They will come in, or you can bring in your district director. They could talk about how to be an effective leader, effective speaker. Just think of something that will gravitate, or mind mapping a speech, something that's going to help bring in new guests and then also retain your current members, because your members want to be engaged. So you want to also not just look at how many guests can I bring into my meeting or my events, how can I retain the current members I have right now? Then, I don't know if you have heard of this, but it's called the Successful Club Series Workshop. So there's different modules within the Successful Club series. You can pick one. They're long enough to have for an event. You can collaborate with another club officer, or you can collaborate with another member to give them opportunities to train as well. So these are very interesting modules on how to have a successful club. Then they also have the Leadership Excellence series set. So look that up on Toastmasters. This Leadership Excellence is really great because I know a lot of members say that the leadership part is missing from Pathways, but however, you can bring this Leadership Excellence series within the club to make sure that your members are growing. I know I have a question here. Jaren, you have a question?
Yes, I do. It's in regard to retaining members.
Yes.
I want to know if you, let's say you get a guest, get them to sign up, they pay their dues, they become members for 6 months, then the dues are up for the second quarter or whatever the name is. I don't know exactly. And I want to know, what are some of the best practices to help like those newer members continue on their membership rather than just sign up once and then after those 6 months they're completely gone in the distance?
Yeah, so I always recommend one is set up a mentoring program right at the beginning. It just really retains them because not only are you helping them with their first speeches, but they have a choice to continue on with that mentor. In the beginning, when they are signing up for membership, and this is an opportunity as well, say you only got 3 months within the, before the next renewal, you can just propose this to them that you can sign up for the 3 months prorate, and then you want to extend your membership because it's going to end on March 31st from April to September. And then say, oh, I got that option. Yes. So now you not only lock them in for their first 3 months, but now you lock them in for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could also, what our club has done, we also have where we propose that you can sign up for a year at a discounted rate. So sometimes we'll just take maybe $10, $20 off, and then they signed up for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, that helps. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Another thing that you can have is a speech craft. I don't know if anyone has had a speech craft workshop, but this really worked. I'm going to talk about that in the bonus a little bit later. But with the speech craft, it really not only is great for attracting guests to understand what Toastmasters is all about, but it also helps with your current new members to understand how Toastmasters work, how to get the best out of Toastmasters, to create those speeches, how to evaluate, what table topic is all about. And this really helped. This is a really great program to retain members as well as gain new members. Another thing is the membership building programs and events. So this is where you have the opportunity to have your club shine in the public eye. So the first thing you want to think about is the Smedley Toastmasters member building program. And this is where you're trying to bring in, you probably had some members that just fell off and they just had to leave your club. So you really want to reach out to those individuals and say, hey, we've been thinking about you. We're having a membership drive. We want to see if you really want to come back to our club so you can develop new skills from leadership to communication. And those individuals get excited when you do think about them, because just because they fell off 4 or 6 months ago doesn't mean they don't want to join. Maybe something happened at work. It just took up a lot of their time. So reach out to them, see if you can reinstate them, promote dual membership. That helps too, because it helps a lot of clubs build their membership numbers. Another one that's going to be coming up in a couple months, which is Talk Up Toastmasters. get with your VPPR, which is your Vice President of Public Relations. Start putting those campaigns together now. Don't wait until February. You want to be ready to put it out February 1st. Talk up Toastmasters. Why should you join Toastmasters? Use the digital membership packet that was created by not the district, but Toastmasters International, because now is why Toastmasters. You're talking up and you're letting them know about it. Not only this is a great opportunity to promote your club so you can get more membership before March 31st, because this is the actual membership drive to getting more members. And then towards the end of the year, you have Beat the Clock. So that's from May 1st to June 30th. And not only that, if you're building, at least getting in about 5, it could be new, reinstated, or dual, your club gets an incentive. Sometimes you'll get 10% when you purchase something from the Toastmasters website, or you get a ribbon. Yeah, so you get a ribbon as well, and you get recognized at the D103 annual conference. So you really want to be promoting your club to attract new guests and to retain those members that you have to have a healthy club. Have any of you had an open house this year? Okay, I see Jaren.
We're planning to
Okay,
have in January.
Okay, great. Because open houses are very important. Because one, a lot of individuals, they don't know what Toastmasters is all about. They don't know how it functions. I see Reverend Dr. Tina had an open house as well. So it's very important that you're constantly promoting your club. Make it exciting. Bring in a guest speaker. If it's not that, if you want to show the difference between a seasoned speaker and a beginner, that's great too, because if someone's new to Toastmasters and they see someone that just started in your club, this really gets them very motivated to attend a Toastmasters event, because you got it in your actual promotion. Now they want to know more about Toastmasters. What's the support behind helping them become better speakers and better leaders? And then you have your membership drive. Usually the membership drive comes closer to like April and May, but you can make that choice. You can do open house in the beginning of the year, and then between February and May, you can have a membership drive. And the membership drive, you can have different things going on. You can have a keynote speaker, you can have a panel of Toastmasters who can express how their membership impacted their lives. It could be because they got a promotion, or maybe the job that they have right now requires them to be a public speaker. So you want to give like real life scenarios on how Toastmasters benefit individuals. So if you can just promote that in your advertisements when you have an open house or a membership drive, that will bring more guests into your events. And then that's where you come in to follow up. That follow-up is very important. If your follow-up drops down, not saying that the person will not join your club, but it's great to get them engaged and wanting to come to your club. Let me see, let me just check on the time. Okay. I'm gonna go through this real quick because I definitely want you to share some information about your experience. So this is very important about assisting your guests. So there's going to be questions about Toastmasters. So you really want to either answer the questions right away during a meeting, or you want to follow up during an email. So you can answer emails, you can answer phone calls, whatever is good for the guests. And then you want to contact your guests to attend your next club meeting. So you really want to keep them involved. And then you have your membership application. So when you do get those, you want to collect those membership applications from the guests. You want to collect the dues. And then you want to work with your treasurer to make sure those payments are being submitted to Toastmasters International. We'll be having questions towards the end.
Credit.
I do want to get toward the end because I really want to get you
Go after lunch.
to start speaking about your experience, because we only have like 17 minutes. How many of you have really looked at your club leadership handbook since you started in your role? Okay, I have one person. Let me see if there's anyone. Okay, so it's very important that you look, again, you're going to get this PowerPoint. I really want you to look at the handbook. It really gives you the breakdown of what your role is. There is a calendar that shows you exactly what you're supposed to be doing within your role per month. And then I also want you to be speaking with your executive team on different events, what you want to do, to put that on the calendar. So you'll be working with your VP PR, your Vice President Education, to make sure that things are aligned, that you're communicating. So that's why this club leadership handbook is very important. You can Google it, just say Toastmasters Club Leadership Handbook. And then also, I had mentioned about the speechcraft, why that's important. These are the benefits. You're going to attract guests. You're going to convert guests to members. You're going to engage not just your guests, but it's going to be current members to improving their communication skills. So what I want to do before we share, I just want to share, this is about a minute, about speechcraft, just to give you a little bit idea about what it is.
Hi, friends. Do you have to speak before a group, in person or online, much like I'm speaking to you now? Speaking success is tied to life success, often through little milestones, such as a job interview, an important work presentation, a graduate dissertation, or even a social speech, such as a wedding toast. If you have any of these or another speaking engagement coming up, Toastmasters International can help you prepare and practice through its Speechcraft program. Since 1924, Toastmasters is synonymous with excellence in public speaking, offering education and training in club settings. But you don't have to be a member to get the benefit of Speechcraft. For your convenience, Speechcraft is a condensed version of what Toastmasters offers its members and is available to you in 4, 6, or 8-week programs. Sign up for a Speechcraft event today.
Yeah, so this would be a great benefit for your club to really bring out the best with your members as well as non-members, and understanding what Toastmasters is all about so they can build. Now we're getting towards the end. I'm gonna stop sharing because I really want to see your faces. I really want you to share what are your best practices, and I know retaining your members, because I thought that was a great question that Jaren had brought up. How do you retain your members? Okay, Jaren?
I only started this recently, and I feel like this is going to really help me in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to guests that already joined. Let's say I convinced them to sign up, complete the membership form, make their payment. I usually go follow up with them. Maybe let's say they've been a member for just 1 or 3 months. I will go up to them and be like, "Hey, Nicole," or "Hey, John, how has Toastmasters been for you?" And some of my goals for the client, not clients, because I'm a social worker, so I'm really used to saying clients. For the new members, I ask them, "What are you getting out of this? Do you feel like you're getting the most out of this club?" And I tell them that it's not about the numbers for me. Obviously, I do want to hit quotas. I definitely want to meet the goals of Toastmasters International. However, my priority for them is to get what they want out of it. I ask them, "Are you getting what you want out of this? Is this work? Is this developing? Is this benefiting you in your own personal way?" And that's been helping a lot because people really feel like they're heard and understood rather than just once they submit the membership, they're big old cold turkey, then they have no direction. And I'm starting to do that. I only started that maybe about a month ago. And my goal is to keep that going with members that have been there for less than a month, maybe 2 or 3 months, and keep going from there. And hopefully that will keep retaining members.
I like that because one, I mean, you're showing that you care and that you really want them to grow. And not only that, I like the one point, you know, is Toastmasters serving you in what you're looking for, like your need, and is it growing you? And if it's not, I mean, of course, you can get them paired up with a seasoned speaker that can help them along the way. So I think that's really great to keep track of that and that you're seeing results.
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Like our Orland Park Toastmasters group in Illinois is actually a pretty big group. And I told myself and to some other members that you can have 20 members, but it's different than having 6 members that are solid and strong rather than 20 members that sign up, they make their payment, then after 3 or 6 months, they evaporate and disappear. I'd rather have those 6 strong members where they're growing, where also at the same time, they're benefiting Toastmasters International, where they're growing as leaders as well. And that's what I personally want, is what the new guests are getting out of it.
Great. Thank you for sharing. I know, Wendy, you had a question.
No, not really a question. What we do with our new members is I personally help them figure out their path as part of the sign-up process. Our VPE is also available, but I'm the one interacting with them at the beginning. So I was VPE last year. So I just help them at the time that we're signing them up and doing their payment. I help them get their path.
Oh, okay.
To get them engaged automatically at the beginning.
Okay, that's good. Because we definitely want them to be not only just signing up, we also want them engaged in the pathway, register, ready to go, taking the assessments. And that's good that you're walking them through, because one, the website did change a little bit. So it's really good for us to become familiarized with the website too. Because I noticed that one thing that's missing, they did an upgrade. I'm not sure where they put the Club Central tab to reinstate or enter new members. So I'm gonna have to call them on Monday, because that's really going to be hindering our numbers as well. But that's really great that you are working with them. Do anyone want to share their best practices? We still have 10 minutes left.
What we do is give them some role in the beginning itself, like since their first meeting, probably it could be as a timer or word of the day, so that they feel they are engaged and they become part of the meeting. And also we ensure that as soon as the payment is done, we do an orientation program for them, where we take them through all the details, and also assign mentor as quickly as possible. And then the mentor handholds them for all the respective meetings.
Okay, great. I like the fact that you talked about induction. And I know I didn't talk on that, but inductions are very important. When you do have, bring in a new member and they're already set up in the Toastmasters International portal, then you want to get with your VPE, or just your whole executive team, and let them know that we're going to have an induction ceremony, and make sure the script is ready, people's names. Make sure you contact the new members, let them know that you're going to have an induction ceremony for them. And then I think another thing that we do with our club, I haven't seen it in a while since we've been in person, but however, we give all our first timers who do the icebreaker we give them icebreaker mints. So it's very interesting. And then when they get halfway through their path, or at the time there was 10 speeches that you had to give, we always like to give a halfway. And Gary's funny. He gives you like a bag of candy. He said to keep the energy going so you can get to the other half. So those things are engaging tools because individuals know they're going to receive something in the mail or in person, because why? We want to engage in their growth and just let them know that we see you. We see that you're applying yourself, because I know they said the adoption rate for pathways is very low. And it's up to us to work together as club officers, not just you being the VPM, but to get other people on board to help talk about pathways and how it benefits the member and their growth. I mean, who would have thought that you'll be doing a podcast or a social media campaign? You know, no one's thinking of that. All we're thinking about is giving the speech. Now we have to stretch ourselves. And if we can promote that Pathways is all about stretching ourselves and not just a technological platform, because we're going into the future anyway. So if we can get them excited because we're excited, then the adoption rate will be much higher. And that's where we come in at. We can't expect, we have them sign up, we got the application, we already submitted payment. What next? And that's where the mentors come in. And then the whole club comes in supporting our members to making sure, because I always say this to my club officers, our members are waiting for us to drive it. And if we're driving it, they're going to be our successors. And it shouldn't be hard at the end to find someone to replace you. Because why? They want part of that energy that we give to them. And then we want to keep that going too, as well. So do anyone else want to share some best practices that you've done to attract guests? Maybe you had events, keynote speakers, whatever. But what do you think is really working for your club if you have not spoken? Ricky?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I found it difficult. Well, it's different to recruit members in person compared to digitally. My club members, although I'm signed up on 2 platforms, Facebook and LinkedIn, I never post anything. I'm just there really because I'm not really tech savvy. I'm just there. My club members suggested that I try LinkedIn. Can you give me any tips on how to promote on LinkedIn?
Oh, we got Junkie here.
Yeah, hi Ricky, that's a great question. And I'm glad I can join this session because I was in the VPPR session and then for this. So I'm actually the District 103 linking manager this year. So I will put down my contact information. And right now we are doing a lot of things. So number one thing that you can get involved for your club is to announce any upcoming event. If you have an open house to host in January or sometime, and also for other members on the call, like if you have flyer to share and you your club maybe have a newsletter already, but maybe not. And if you want to reach to other broader audience, feel free to send me that. I'm happy to review the blurb your club is coming up with, work with you to really post anything. So that's for upcoming for the future. And also one other best practice I learned from all of you today is to celebrate and recognize the membership achievement. So if you want to have a shout out to a particular individual who has contributed so much as a mentor, as a coach, as a new a guest speaker as well. So also can make it happen and share with us. We can post. Right now we have a lot of audience on LinkedIn already, and I can also like happy to schedule a one-on-one call with you to help your club create your own club page, so we can kind of interact, thumbs up, or share posts, anything like that. Another thing we are right now doing is the video campaign. So, and many of you mentioned the digital age. So video can gain more than 20 times of attention than words. So we are looking for actually for like clubs to submit your own video. It can be a speech contest or just something fun like annual celebration, like, yeah, shout out to our club. And those fun things, we can create a clip and showcase, yeah, this is our the highlight happening here, and that's another way to drag the audience, and then we will add you a personal or your club page, so can direct audience there too. So happy to share more, but feel free to reach out.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. And that's the great
Thank
thing
you.
about D103 Toastmasters. I know it was the previous PR manager, and we always supporting clubs, and I'm glad that is continuing. And did I say your name right? Is it Junki or Junchi?
Oh, Junchi.
Junchi. Okay, all right, Junchi. And it's great to have that support from the district level, you know, because we really want to see clubs grow, and getting that membership is very important for the district too, as well, to getting that distinguished status overall. So thank you so much, Junchi, for reaching out to Ricky and to get his club ready to go. And I know we're coming to the end. I have to do a screenshot of all the participants. So to make sure that you're getting your actual credit. So I'm just going to just go into the participant page and just make that copy. Let me see, club officer. So you'll all get credit for today's training. All right, so I have everyone's names, and that this is being recorded too. So I'm gonna stop recording now, just to make sure. I think it's gonna stop because it's going to be on. It's an MP4. Let me see if I can just go